Hey guys, welcome back to another take-free team action reaction. Oh wait, I'm sorry, there's another match attached to this. Not that I really care, but yeah, today we're reacting to Rosie Knight and Matt Cruz. Matt Cruz is a patron. He's a fellow fan. That's going to be interesting to see him play against Rosie. But what we're really reacting to is John Rocha getting his ass kicked by Ben the Boss Bateman. That's what we're really watching tonight. But of course, I'm apparently a biased reactor who will not show niceness to the other competitors. So they forced me to be on camera with all of our people. One of those guys is Malcolm. Hi, Malcolm.
Yeah, I'm just can't wait to do this, and I think you're wrong. I think Rocha's going to win. So,
Malcolm is, of course, kissing up to our guest, Chris Alzakos. How are you doing today?
I'm ready to whoop the baby Ben Bateman. What's his name? Ben the Boss or the Boss Baby? Or whatever it is. We're ready to whoop some ass here.
That was a really, you know what? That was a really great attack on Ben where you had to, like, stop and figure, like, I'm going to whoop this is how you do it. I'm going to watch John Crybaby Outlaw Rocha cry in a corner. That's how you attack a competitor.
It's going to be really rough when you're wrong.
Nah, okay, yeah, guys, it is rough. No, this is gonna be a fun match. Of course, I love Ben and John both. The Schmoedown recently is just literally forcing me to pick between favorites. Next week,
it's gonna be
I'm pretty much in the same situation again. The Schmoedown, you know what? I feel like Christian Harloff was just sitting and there's this big board. He's like, how can we just screw Matt Kearns over? Let's just put some of his favorites and just make them compete. Like, God damn it. Because Rocha he's one of my favorites of all time, of course. We, of course, have Chris Alzakos, huge supporter of
Outlaw Nation.
Top 10, Outlaw Nation. And Malcolm watches the Schmoedown, so he's here as well. So, yeah, guys. I think let's just get into it. We already said who we're kind of rooting for, and sadly, with Knight and Cruz, it's one of those things where we talked about on Summit. It's kind of hard to really say who you're rooting for since Rosie's kind of only had one match, and it wasn't in regular Schmoedown, and Cruz is a new competitor. But hey, anything can happen in the Schmoedown. So let's just get started. We're gonna hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
In the team tournament, the Ultimate Schmoedown Team Tournament 2018, the theme is anarchy.
Oh yes, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, why is Matt not wearing a suit? Because it's 85 degrees in New York. So that's why.
That's true. Even in the Midwest, it's pretty brutal.
Hot, man. It's hard to wear those.
So,
this is going to be insane.
And the event is nearly sold out now, so whoever hasn't gotten their tickets, I think it's going to be really worthy of their time.
Yeah, I think if you're able to go. You know, I've never been to one of the live events. We're talking with like people like Pat Campbell. They're pretty freaking fun to be at.
And I'm here to show what a shambles this operation is. You let anyone in here, it doesn't matter what they know, what they don't know. It's boring to watch.
I like the Rosie Knight's character of being like someone that doesn't give a crap about the Schmoedown.
Yeah, it's definitely.
She's the princess. I'm gonna give her a poison apple.
I was gonna say it's welcomed, but it's kind of unwelcomed. But that's kind of what's interesting about it.
This game is a fix.
Right.
That's the point. Yeah. Malcolm was so happy watching this match.
And even in a geek room was like
he wasn't as happy with the next one, but
to do it to get into the real stuff.
Well, my opinion in general is that, especially Cruz, is one of us. He actually
Matt.
supported the
Guys,
Schmoedown
this
and
is
got
Matt.
this
He's one of our
opportunity.
patrons.
So
What are you doing here?
I
Yeah.
think you're a good competitor.
I don't mean, I
respect
think
you. I think
the
you're
other
very
thing to
smart.
remember
And,
is,
you know, I think you came.
as far as I
you
know,
showed you
he
did a good
was on the
thing. I like
tier
to
where
play the
you had
match.
to audition,
You
so it's not like
Of course I accept.
Harloff just threw a bunch of hats in and, you know, names in a hat and was like, Matt Cruz, you're competing. Are you are you good at movie trivia? I don't know. But yeah, Matt Cruz will be forever known as
the first patron,
first
competitor.
patron to ever compete.
And you know, you never know, if you get your foot in the door and you're good, you might, you know, become a staple.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows? Maybe one day Matt Cruz will, you know, be
We play Matt Kearns.
Rocha type. You know, who knows? Yeah, you have to be good at trivia that's not Schmoedown related for me to play.
Unfortunately for me either. Oh, nice panel with Ken and Mark. It's gonna be.
When are we gonna get the afternoons as commentators for the Schmoedown? I want
That
that.
would be awesome.
I want
Yes.
Natsuki and Makuga to host a match.
Who is not a member of the Patreon? If you're not a member of the
Okay,
Patreon,
what
by
match?
God, you should be for no other reason.
Hashtag just Makuga for Jeopardy.
It's happening today because
Hashtag.
of the Patreon.
Yeah.
Wow,
He
you
was
just said
there.
a lot of wonderful things there.
He was.
These lucky son of us getting to see things early. I don't even get to see them.
No, I mean, I generally get into press screenings for free, so I'm used to seeing things early and very often. But, Kren, you know, when you really break it down, you look at this undercard we have here today, and you may want to call it an undercard. I call it history being made.
And
because
he's
for the
right.
first time,
History is being made in the Schmoedown right now, and this is always a very good opportunity for everyone that doubts that they can make it here. Everyone has get a chance. So
an interesting story because
let's see how
he
that's gonna
was
go.
a patron, and there's a tier where you can actually audition to be in the movie trivia Schmoedown. He did that process a number of times. Our beloved Christian Harloff watched him. He said, "I think this kid's got something special." He's putting him in a match, and one of the reasons why he was so inspired, Matt Cruz was because of Rosie Knight's attitude after she lost to Keaton Markey in an Inner Geekdom match. Shed some light on this for us, Kenneth.
Wow, well, you're saying a lot of wonderful things here. Let me start first with the term undercard. That's just warm-ups for the main eventers of tomorrow.
I'm just reading the prompter.
That's
really.
what. Actually, it's just RB3 holding the card. That's why I look
When's
at undercard.
RB3
It's a
getting
chance to
another
prove
match?
that you belong in the main
I
event.
don't know.
in the big match, and
I don't know. I really like RB3. He has this swagger
You're
about
saying,
him, and
you
he
and I
would
both
make a really
have
good
known Christian
competitor.
Harloff since, well,
would.
longer than
My God.
the gray of my
Everyone
beard.
I think
loves
RB3 would be better in a team,
Yep, that's right.
like with someone
we
complementing
would've
his
had a
strength.
Steely Dan
That would
concert.
have been like
I'll
really,
tell you what,
really good.
Christian Harloff.
Yeah,
knows
it would have been
talent.
interesting if he
knows
was in the
talent.
Anarchy
He picked,
tournament
he
to see
picked
who
me
he
out of
could
a
have been
trash
paired
heap.
with.
He picked RB3
Yes.
as holding
Yeah.
that card out of a trash heap and turned us into gold.
I mean, I
He
think
saw
he'll make a
something
good
in Matt
pairing
Cruz
of
that automatically
Ace.
makes him dangerous. But what I saw
Yeah, him and
from
Ace,
Rosie the
yeah.
Dark Knight the last
Yeah,
time
because
around,
Ace
this
is
someone
more
I
of
worked
a
with on Galactic Jedi
pop
Council. She's very
movie
insightful. She's
guy,
very
and
quick-witted,
more
and
RB3
now
is
me,
focused more on
and
the more
she
classics,
got up to
and he
stumble-
is a
start
student
0-1
of the
in another
movies.
division. This is a new division, the singles division, and I think that opens up her mind to a lot of different movies and not pigeonholing.
So who do you have for today's match for
and certainly
Cruz
did not
versus
hold
Knight?
grudges, and that's really the key with Rosie Knight here is can she turn over?
I
I don't
I'm
really have
excited
a
because
dog
ever
in
since
this
Christian and I
game
were taking our
because
shirts off together in
Rosie's
Studio
never
54
seen her
in the late
compete
70s,
in
we talked about
singles,
how we want
and
competitors
Cruz
who
is a
care
first
about
time
being in the league.
competitor,
Rosie
so
Knight
it's
seemed
hard
have
to really
sour
make a
attitude. Maybe
definite
she was just doing
Yeah,
what
that's
her
choice.
soccer fandom indicates, and
Yeah.
she was just faking it. So maybe now she's back to saying, hey, I am ready to compete, but Matt Cruz not happy with her attitude, and he knows a little something about movies. So we're going to see who can
Well,
prove
let's
it
see
here
the smack
today.
talk.
We had quite the words before the match. Here's a quick, yeah.
The reason I'm here today is just to show this little patron kid that he's not gonna have an easy ride. You know, I kind of messed up last time. I didn't know the stuff I thought I knew. Keaton she's a hard match, you know, but this kid, I'm gonna walk all over him.
My name is Matt Cruz. I'm the first Patreon competitor here in the Schmoedown. I've been here a couple times.
big bull, nice.
Driven all the way out here from the Inland Empire, and I've sat here and I've watched match after match, and I've loved it. It's been a big treat for me. But one of these times that I came to sit here for a match, Rosie Knight was competing, and I like Rosie Knight as a person. Rosie Knight is awesome. I think she's funny, and I think she's a really good competitor, but she was talking a lot of smack on one of my most recent trips here to the Schmoedown. I wasn't having it, man. I jumped up and I competed and I challenged Rosie Knight to our match here. So what's happening? I'm here for my singles debut in the Schmoedown, the people's debut.
The people's debut. He's the people's champion. He's going to be the Rock.
My first ever post interview. That's meant to be like an experience. You know, I lost. I didn't care, but you know, I was having a conversation, and this kid just walks in, and I never seen him before. He turned up. He got a train, and suddenly he's wants to match me, and you know, it's ridiculous.
I honestly do feel like it's a privilege to be here in the league. Every time I walk in, it's always like a second of like, oh shit, there's Dan Merle. Oh shit, there's John Rocha. Oh shit, there's somebody else that I know. And you know what? To see somebody come in here and kind of disrespect the years of hard work and dedication that these cats have put into making this game and building it to where it's at a certain point, you can stomach a certain amount, but once it gets to a certain point of trash talk, that's it, man. You gotta draw a line somewhere, and that's what happened. That's what I had to do with Rosie Knight.
In a geekdom, I was weaker. In places I thought I was stronger. I wasn't really prepared. I didn't learn the rules. I didn't think about multiple choice. You know, I studied up on the rules. I've been watching films since I was a little kid. It's less specific. Matt thinks he's gonna get an easy ride, and I'm here to surprise him, because it's not gonna be easy.
Rosie Knight, first of all, thank you so much for playing me. I really, really appreciate you coming out here and taking the time. Good luck, because I'm gonna give it my all. I'm not gonna leave anything back. We're gonna see where this goes, but
Cruz takes a face approach to the classic heel by Rosie Knight.
Look, Pitbull, you might be used to people petting you
the defender
on the
of the
Schmoedown
Schmoedown
boards, but today I'm gonna walk all over you.
Oof. Tough talk.
People ask me, they go, you know, why do you want to be in the Schmoedown? Do you want to just show your knowledge? I go, no, I just want to cut a promo on someone.
Yeah.
I'm not even that good. That's why I'd be a better manager. I could just cut promos and not have to compete.
Yeah, I think I would be better in like a limited amount of movies like the Inner Geekdom, like in the vast movie Schmoedown category in singles.
Since John Rocha's watching this, why is Chris Alzaka's never been considered to be a manager for you guys? Great.
Yeah. That's a very good question. I can offer myself up for that role. The Horsemen need a manager either way.
0-0 in singles, but we know she had that loss in Inner Geekdom. Throw that out. It starts new, and I had to go ask her, hey, what are your strengths in this Schmoedown competition? She said blockbusters, 80s, action, and of course, being mean. And then she did one of those like Emperor Palpatine cackles, like unlimited. It was interesting. Pitbull, Matt Cruz. Pitbull, Matt Cruz. His strengths include Kevin Smith films, the entire catalog, comic book movies, Pixar, and well,
we have a Kevin Smith category now, right?
Yes, we do.
Yes,
I should know because I've written
quite
a few questions for it.
Absolutely, like Mike
It's never
Myers
selected, and it
doing
upsets
coke in
me.
a bad movie. I'm here.
Cuts me down.
It's time to Schmoedown.
In the heart.
All right, Ken, give me some of that golden throat that first got you the backup singing gig in Fleetwood Mac.
You can go your own way, Mark. Here we go. Introducing first.
Oh, nice.
Representing the movie trivia Schmoedown fan base and making his Schmoedown singles debut, the Pitbull Matt Cruz.
Ooh.
The Pitbull's got some red.
Oh, he's going the Josh McCougar route of drinking during the match.
It's just Weedle though.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Our PA Alex cheering him on, and all of the Schmoedown.
Alex!
Wow.
The favorite, Alex.
It's going to affect him later on in the match. He may be raring to go, yelling into the microphone.
Yeah, that usually means I take a nap 5 minutes later, like my first marriage. All right. And his opponent, representing
Oh, nice intro.
Council and her own evil intentions, making her Schmoedown singles debut, Rosie the Dog.
This is one of those songs that I just connect to Terminator 2 so much. I just see Arnold stepping down.
Yes.
A lot of booze to be brushed.
And he gets the shades.
I don't think she's affected by that. I think she feeds off
Great
that
movie.
negative
Can there
energy.
be a T2 question in here now?
There should be. Give me an 80s movie and T2 is 89, right?
T2 is 91.
Oh my god. I just made a fool of myself before even the competition started.
Just one man, a lot like
Yep.
Batman. Coincidentally, he's going up against the
Oh
Dark
wow, I
Knight
was actually right about that. I thought it was 91, and I said it with a lot of confidence. And
That was a very confident response for being wrong, just so you know.
Number 1 of 3
Wow,
today.
You willed it into existence.
8 questions asked to the field from 8
Hashtag Matt Cruz for the movie release date slice.
Each question
Yes.
is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round 1.
I do a good impression of the guy who used to own it.
From one of us up here at the answer desk, you have approximately 15 seconds.
Did you guys
Think
see
of
that
and
new
then write
release
down your
date
best
slice?
attempt at an
Looks
answer
beautiful.
on the whiteboard with the
Who's up
markers
there?
that I bought
Bateman.
at Target today. Once you guys do that, we will
Yeah,
ask you
Janine
Whoa.
posted it
to
in
show
the
your
MTS
answer
page.
to the cameras on the whiteboard. At the same time, you verbalize it into the microphone. And we do not.
I just want a
document
Scott
for spelling,
Mance
but we do
match
need
now,
pretty darn good
just so
pronunciation with each one of these
you can have to
answers.
see
I'll
it
remind
on
each
there.
competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the match. If you need to hear a question again, you weren't sure you heard
I mean,
it, you
he's
need
in
to
the
buy yourself
Anarchy
some time,
tournament,
use
so-
the JTE
Isn't it
rule, and
amazing
you also
that
each
like
have one challenge to use
JDE is now
throughout
in like
the
Schmoedown
duration
infamy
of
forever?
the match. Ken, you got any questions for these two before we get going?
No, just I want you to realize the JTE rules named after famed Ecuadorian basketball cheerleader JTE Josh Tapia.
Nobody gets a glass of water quite like JTE. All right, Matt, you are the challenger. You are representing
Everybody
much
is now
more than
paying
just yourselves
attention
in
to
Shaquille
Ken
O'Neal's high
and
school.
Mark
Are you
as
ready?
they take a drink out of their blue cups.
I am ready. Here's the thing to pick me up, Rosie. Let's make it happen.
All right, Rosie, sharing some of his energy drink. I don't know if you need that. Do you feel ready to compete?
Let's do it.
Let's get ready to. It's time to. Let's get ready to Schmoedown. There we go. Whoa. You know, Ken, I got to stop with all those mushrooms. They were portobello, everybody. Relax. I'll be asking the first question in this matchup here. We come from the world of action/adventure. These are movies that feature either action and or adventure. Your question is, what is Jack Burton's profession in 1980's Big Trouble in Little China?
So it's me, Grace Jones, Andy Warhol, and of all people, George Will, in the Studio 54 security team.
Writing a baseball review.
Yeah.
I like the stories.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, we go to Rosie.
He's a truck driver.
Pork chop express, baby.
He's a
truck driver.
trucker,
All
yeah.
right, 1 point.
Matt Cruz.
I didn't even know
Not
what
a bouncer
shoots.
then.
He's
He is
not,
not,
a
sir.
bouncer.
He
Me and
is-
Matt Cruz
You
can't
could
be
probably rip
friends.
some throats out if
Sorry about
push
that,
came
buddy.
to shove.
Kidding. Oh.
Kidding, not kidding.
Second question comes in the category of directors. Who directed the 2001 version of Ocean's 11?
Now, see, there's a
This is
real-
a
I'd like to
wrong
go to,
answer,
some
but-
sort of,
The 2001, right?
like maybe a C.
Uh-huh.
Did I ever
Not
tell
the
you time I got
60s.
locked in the Riviera for 2 weeks?
Yeah, okay. As if anyone knows who directed the 60s.
2, 1, 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, Drew McReady might.
Give him a point and his very first
Steven
point
Soderbergh.
of his Schmoedown
I don't
career.
even know if anyone can see my responses.
She's up to what?
As a matter of fact,
Honestly,
we're
I've
gonna go
never
back to
seen any of the
the world of
Ocean's
dramas.
movies, so.
What?
The question is,
That's a
who
disgrace.
stars as Evelyn Mulray
Pretty good movies, you
in
should watch them.
1974's Chinatown.
Oh, man.
I waited
no.
2 weeks to get tickets for the 2 Jakes.
I think it's,
Oh, God.
It is.
let's see if I get it.
5,
Oh, this isn't good.
3. The birds
Brain
listen to you.
fart.
And 2. 1. Pens down. We go back to Rosie.
Is it Mia Farrow?
That's
Ah,
correct.
Faye Dunaway,
Faye
not Mia
Dunaway.
Farrow.
I said
Not
Faye.
Jane Fonda.
Not Jane
Definitely not.
Fonda.
I
Definitely
knew
not.
Faye.
As much as
Just
the
didn't have
Alpha
the
would
last
disagree with that notion, it is not.
Ah,
That's
man.
a great
Jane
movie.
Fonda is
Chinatown is
amazing, though.
She's
fantastic.
great.
It is an
Absolutely
amazing
fantastic in everything she does.
9 to
I've
5.
never
One of
seen
the
it.
movies that changed my life.
You should. It's great.
Fourth question comes in the category of Oscars. Steven Spielberg won his first directing Oscar for what film?
Jane Fonda pioneered the advent of the
I think this is right. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
One before this.
Does he have more than one?
But Jane Fonda is a legend. 5,
He has 2, to my knowledge.
2,
Oh, shit.
and 1.
Schindler's List.
Schindler's List, yeah.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
No, sir.
Does Rosie have it?
No.
Incorrect. We're looking for Schindler's.
What was the second one?
Saving Private Ryan.
You know, Ken, unless...
Oh, he won a Best Director for that.
All right.
She is the heel. She is.
Yeah,
the
he
heel.
won Best Director because it's famous because it didn't win Best Picture, and a lot of people think he was holding back in his speech because they thought he was going to win and talk more about the film.
Oh, really?
These are movies that take place in the world of either fantasy and/or science fiction. Your question is, what is the nickname given to the stranded
I've
alien
never
race
seen District
in
9,
District
so I have no
9?
clue.
Oh, what was, let's see.
Saw that movie in
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen it
Don't
either.
ask me about that year.
Let's say Todd.
Not
pick
getting
that up.
into
Next question.
Chili's.
5,
Let's say Jerry.
4, 3,
Let's see if Malcolm
2,
knows it.
1. Pens down. Go to Rocha.
I know.
They were prawns.
Prawns.
You
That is
got
correct.
it
He's
as
getting
well.
pace. Keep
I,
pace.
of
All right, Matt
course.
Cruz and Rosie tonight. Rosie enjoys a 4-2 advantage. She's only missed one so far, Ken.
Absolutely. Your sixth question comes in the category of comedies. Comedies. What 1999 mockumentary starring Kirsten Dunst follows a small Minnesota town's beauty pageant that becomes deadly when strange accidents start
This is a
eliminating
movie?
contestants?
I really hope each competitor uses all of their JT.
I think I've heard of it. I don't think I've seen it.
First second, I own this one on DVD.
I have no idea.
4, 3, 2, 1.
That was a difficult question for a...
Pageant show?
It is not
Spider-Man interviews a vampire.
It is indeed. Drop it.
Yes, of course it is.
Oh, really?
Really nice. And despite of the fact that she does not
Really
care
hope
about this game
people
whatsoever,
watching
it's
our
currently enjoying
reactions
a
get
5-2
my
advantage
last
over
answer.
newcomer Matt Cruz, lovely patron to the
Seen
Schmoedown.
both
We can
of
move
those
on to horror
movies.
thriller. Is your next category. Name the actor that played Louis Bloom
Yeah.
in 2014's Nightcrawler.
I've never seen this film.
Confused with the
What?
X-Men mutant of the same name.
That is shocking.
Big Star Trek fan.
I'm shocked.
I think you're confused as to the universes. 5 to 4.
I have, however,
Give
seen
me a one,
Makuga
Rosie
interviewing Rene
Jake
Russo.
It is Jake Gyllenhaal.
I didn't get the finish line. I knew it was Jake
Yeah,
Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay, thank God.
Cruz has it.
I
One
have
more
seen
category
Makuga
in
interview
round
Rene
number
Russo
one,
for
and
this
the honor
movie.
goes
It's
to
one of
Ken.
the funniest videos on the internet.
One of the best interviews ever, yeah.
Round 1 category is
Makuga hitting Rene Russo.
animated.
Oh, she
What
kind of
kind
hit him
of
back.
Is Gary Oldman's
Yes.
villainous Lord Shen in Kung Fu Panda 2?
Oh.
I believe that's
Yes,
the
really good.
perfect person you've ever met.
Repeat the question, please.
All right, we have one JT
Dude.
rule.
Jean-Claude Van
Kind of
Damme was in
animal
this
is
movie. You couldn't
Gary
have asked about
Oldman's
Jean-Claude Van
villainous
Damme.
Lord
He plays a
Shen in
crocodile,
Kung
by the
Fu
way, in
Panda
Kung Fu
2?
Panda 2.
Answer
Really?
is Martin
Mhm.
Mull.
I don't remember. I remember the villain, but I don't remember the
I've never
crocodile.
even
5,
seen this movie, but I just know
3,
about Van Damme.
2,
Both in clue.
1.
Is it a ram?
All right,
It's a
looking for
peacock.
answers from...
No.
Let's go to
I
Matt
put
Cruz.
Tiger.
Is he a leopard?
No, sir.
Is he a weasel?
A peacock.
No, it is a peacock.
Woo! Peacock.
No.
He's a peacock.
Look
They
at
got
that.
Feathers. They're a network.
Yeah,
logo.
never saw the
Come
movie.
on.
Don't know
I
Jean-Claude
watched-
Van Damme is in it, though.
I watch a lot of animated movies.
6-3, 6-3.
Yeah, 6-3, and I think that's what Matt
Chris
Cruz had to
Alzacos
do
is
get
trying
through
to
the
just
first
base
round
his
and still
life
make it a
around Matt
competitive
Host.
match,
So he's
because
watching.
take your
He's
lunch when
opening
you're
a
a
pizza
newcomer to what
place
feels like
pretty
this is
This is
soon.
my main goal in life, to
Come on,
emulate
look at
that.
that. Look at the hair and the facial hair. I've seen that. No, wow.
But round
Okay.
2, the points double 8 with each question.
Chris is
And
trying to be
I
Matt
will introduce
Nost.
the rules now.
Y'all know
Round
it.
2, it's called the
Or
wheel
Matt Nost
round.
broke
For
into
a
Chris's
reason,
house
there's
and
a
it's
big,
Matt
giant
Nost
wheel
being
that will
with us.
determine your justice, your doom, maybe your fate as
He's
well.
about to show up, just so you
Category
know.
on
When I
that
turn the
wheel.
camera, Matt's gonna be
4
here.
questions inside
Matt
from a
just
different
watches
corner of
Chris
movie
react.
trivia.
Yeah.
Galaxy, we already have
Like,
fan favorite
he was like
choice
cheering me on,
and what
like, go,
every
go, go,
competitor
go.
fears opponent's
React-
choice
react
lurking
well.
somewhere
Yeah,
on
react
the
well.
wheel. And I'm happy to say that this is a
I don't know what the pep talk for a
sponsored
reactor
Slice
is.
Day, Ken. One of our patrons, if you guys want to
That
join
was
the
a
Movie
good
Trivia Schmoedown
commentary.
Patreon, you can select the tier where you can possibly sponsor
Hey, did
one
Matt
of the slices on the wheel
Cruz,
today.
was he
It
able
is none
to
other
sponsor
than
his
the
own
debut
wheel?
of Mr. Kurt Russell. How about that, Kurt Russell? He's on the wheel. Oh, man.
Someone better
I know he's a
land
huge
on
fan of the
this.
show. He's watching at home with his family. Hi, Kurt. I'll be back
They'll
for
probably
dinner
spin
in
away from
Malibu
it.
very, very
Mother-
soon.
That's
Each
right.
question in round
You
2 is
spin
worth
away
2
from
points.
this,
If
Matt.
you aren't sure
You
the
will
answer,
never
ask
be
us for multiple
friends.
choice, at which point
Ever.
the question goes down to 1. There
I mean,
is
you're
stealing
probably
available
never gonna be
in
friends
round
either way.
2, just so
It's
everybody
probably
knows.
not, but
Rosie,
I mean, at
you're
least
up
this will be
6-3.
like a
You may not care about the
definitive
game at all. Do you care
reason.
who spins first or
So,
second?
Who has Matt Cruz react to his own match though? That would have been the best catch.
The keys to the wheel over to Matt Cruz.
Probably late to the party. They have all
all the good exclusives.
Our good friends late to the party. Go and check them out. I know they had a reaction chance also recently.
Yeah, it was a shy spin indeed.
Was that a win?
Let's see.
Kurt,
I like that. Everyone told me no.
Oh, actually, that's a good cut. That's a good category, though.
Spin again.
Or is he going to spin
again to get Kurt?
You know, action adventure is an overrated category. It can be really difficult if you don't. Like the action army or the multiple choice army.
Kurt!
They're cheering for Cameron Diaz over Kurt Russell, Ken.
Come on.
That's spinner's choice. Oh!
2000.
All right, Rosie, hit Kurt Russell.
All right, Matt, you spun 2000s. These are about movies that came out sometime.
I think I've seen 2 movies starring Kurt Russell.
We'll be administering the questions to you. Best of luck not falling in love with his incredible voice.
All right.
I'll try my best.
4 questions in this category. Number 1 is, what was Gene Hackman's first name in The Royal Tenenbaums?
Gene.
Choice.
A. Tanner. B. Royal. C. Gene.
Oh my God!
King.
D?
Incorrect for Steel Rosie.
A?
Incorrect. He was Royal Tenenbaum in The Royal Tenenbaums. All right.
Yeah, I think the title's a little bit of a
Yeah, I was wondering about that, but I thought it was too obvious.
Never seen the movie, but I'm guessing.
It's one of my favorites.
It's usually not the obvious answer, though, so I can
I'd love nothing more.
accept their interpretation there.
Question 2 comes in the category of 2000s. This you know. Who directed Wall-E? Who directed Wall-E?
Brad Bird?
A. Brad Bird.
No.
B. Andrew Stanton. C. Pete Docter. D. Peter
I think
Sohn.
it's Peter Sohn.
That is incorrect. Rosie, A. Brad Bird. B.
No, I don't think it's Brad Bird.
C. Pete Docter. D. Peter Sohn.
B?
That is correct for a point.
Okay.
To steal.
She got a steal, and so now Matt has to hit these last 2 without the aid of multiple choice if he hopes to be tied with Rosie when she spins the wheel.
All right. Matt, 3rd question.
Yes.
Who had a 2002 film role as a
Robin
creepy
Williams.
photo lab technician?
Rob
Oh,
Williams.
yeah.
That's correct for 2 points. There we go.
Oh, man, 1 hour.
That was a good movie.
And he is 1 correct answer away from tying this
Yeah,
night,
bears.
The Dark Knight.
All right. Final question in this round for you, man.
Yes.
In Collateral, a hitman named Vincent is hired to kill 5 people for a drug lord. Who plays
Jada
the
Pinkett
person
Smith.
That was his.
Oh,
last
yeah, the DA, right?
Repeat the question, please.
His second one. In Collateral,
These are some difficult
a hitman
questions,
named
though.
Vincent is hired to kill 5 people for a drug lord. Who plays the person that was his last target?
Is it Zoe Saldana?
That is incorrect. Rosie
I
Forrest
don't know. I
still.
don't know.
Who you got, Ken?
It is Jada Pinkett Smith. Jada Pinkett
Booyah!
Smith.
Go with
Remember
Barbara
that.
Hershey.
What?
I just felt like
I remember
saying
that
Barbara
because of
Hershey.
Action
All right,
Army.
well, it is now 7-5,
Lateral.
and Matt Cruz,
Life.
not a great second round, still getting his feet wet in competition play. Now it's up to Rosie. Unfortunately, I do have to ask you to spin the wheel. I know that it's more effort than you care to give this match, but here she goes.
Yeah.
Like a
Wow,
kid who I just told
that was
his
a
grandmother,
bird.
Kurt,
walking
Kurt,
up to the wheel. No
Kurt,
phone privileges for 3
Kurt.
weeks. There goes
All right,
the
good
spin.
spin. Spin is in.
Kurt,
The spin is away, Ken. We should start saying
Spin is away.
Spin is away.
It's away.
no,
Negative.
damn
You
you,
just
no.
backed it on the
Ah.
surface.
Spielberg
Spin again,
over the
Moses.
movies. You want to
Spin
go
again.
with that? Or do you maybe want to spin Kurt Russell? She's going to go for Kurt Russell, but maybe she keeps Spielberg movies.
Spin.
It's a tough call. Everybody
Yeah.
sees Spielberg movies.
Kurt,
Spin again.
Kurt,
She doesn't
Kurt,
like Jaws,
Kurt,
and she doesn't
Kurt,
like Spielberg.
Kurt.
Spins away. Is that what we're doing?
Spin is away.
Spin is away. Spin
We
is
need to
away.
find a way to hack the wheel.
Is Action Adventure,
Right.
which is one of her listed
Action
strengths.
Adventure. Now this is
Someone
something
should
that
try and
Matt
use
Cruz
a
has
few action
taken
movies,
and
so
elected
he
not
might
to.
pop
Instead,
up
he
here.
spun 2000s, and you wonder if he had that decision over.
I don't know,
What do
action
you think
movies
it's
are,
going to
again,
take?
a very
All about
treacherous
second
category.
guessing here in the movie
Yeah.
trivia Schmoedown.
But it's supposedly one of his
You selected
streams,
Action
so
Adventure. You didn't really select it. You spun away from one category you hated because you hate Jaws, and then you landed on Action Adventure because apparently you like that more than shark movies. Your first question: in Lethal Weapon 3, What do Riggs and Lorna Cole begin showing off to one another and compare what they have accumulated over the years?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, medals, B, scars,
Medals.
C, guns, or D, arrests?
Because if anything, Riggs is like full of medals.
It is not guns. Does Matt have it?
Is it scars?
It is.
Scars, he's got the
There's
steal.
scars.
He got scars. That's kind of like that scene in Jaws, Ken, the boat scene. All right, Rosie, your next question, although Matt just have the lead. In what movie did Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson first appear as the
Mummy
Scorpion
2.
King?
The
Mummy,
Returns.
which was the
Mummy
Mummy Returns.
Incorrect. Matt, your choices are not given because she did not select multiple choice, so you got to do it all from brain power.
Is it The Mummy 2, The Scorpion King?
It is not The Mummy 2. The title of the movie is The Mummy Returns.
Mummy Returns.
We needed The Mummy Returns, not Mummy 2, The Scorpion.
You didn't see it, Mark. RB3 threw his hat and took his shirt off.
RB3. Rarely
Oh my God.
moved to that degree.
Where is the camera on that stuff?
All right.
We needed
Rosie, your
audience,
next
Campbell,
question
for a reason,
in the
people.
world of
Yes.
action adventure. In Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows, who plays Sherlock's brother, Mycroft?
Stephen Fry?
Multiple
Yes.
choice.
Is it A, Bill Nye, B, Tom Wilkinson, C, Stephen Fry, or D, Eddie Izzard?
C.
It is
Yes.
C. Give
There
her
we
a
go.
point.
I have to say that for the
Once
wrong
again has a
reasons,
2-point
but this is
advantage
a
over
pretty
Matt Cruz heading
competitive
into
match.
The last question, and that is, what, Rosie, was the name of the secret organization that is the American counterpart to the Kingsmen from
the
Kingsman,
Statesman.
The Golden Circle?
Yes.
Kind of remembered that. I've never seen those
Multiple
movies, though.
choice.
Is
They're
it A, the
good
Colonials,
movies.
B, the Renegades, C, the Cowboys, or D, the Statesmen?
D.
That's
Give
correct.
her 1 point,
All
and Rosie
right.
Knight has a 3-point lead going into round 3 of the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Well, I'll tell you what, there were some misses there in round 2.
Not impressive by either competitor.
You got to see if Matt is maybe finding his footing. And Rosie, sometimes, you know, does she care? Is it just is it a mental strategy? I know she wants this win, so I'm curious to see how this plays out. She feeds off some of the energy from the crowd, some of the negative energy towards her, kind of like me when I get kicked out of the Jack in the Box drive-thru. I use it for my own good, but I'm curious to see where they can take this in the round.
I want to hear more about that later. You get the feeling going into round 3, one of these two competitors is about to shift into the next gear. Will it be Matt Cruz, the patron, or will it be Rosie, the Dark Knight? Here we go. Pitbull versus a Batman nickname for round 3. Each competitor up there is going to give us 3
we were
numbers.
talking
These
about
numbers
Pitbull,
can
we were
range
talking
from
about the
1
dog or
to
the
20. You
sheep?
cannot pick the same numbers as your opponent. Rosie, we're going to get your numbers first because you are currently in the lead by 3 points over the Pitbull. Those numbers correspond to a different movie trivia category up here at our answer desk. Your first question is worth 2 points. Your next question is worth 3 points. And your last one, should we need to get that far, is worth 5 big points. Rosie, which numbers would you like to correlate with your categories?
3, 17, and 9.
3, 17, and 9 it is. Matt Cruz, how about you?
I'm going to take 4, 8, and 16.
4, 8, and 16. Okay, there we go. I will be administering.
Okay, guys, which 3 numbers would you pick if you were in the competition?
Number 4.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
90s movies.
Okay.
90s movies.
A lot of those.
Would you react to the other question, or do you have your numbers set before? Is it part of the strategy, you think?
It depends if I was going first or second.
That's true. Sean McGuire. In what Academy Award-winning
Good
film?
Will Hunting.
I mean, he doesn't have too many. No offense to Robin, of course, but...
No, it's just as an Academy Award-winning film.
2 points.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Dead Poet Society.
Yeah. And Good Morning Vietnam.
Good Morning Vietnam.
Rosie in the match. You selected number 8.
Patch Adams was kind of an Oscar-beating
number
movie.
also correlates with Tom Hanks.
Oh, nice.
Butler.
Popular actor, good, handsome, young, strapping man.
Bicentennial Man, one of the best movies of all time.
3 points. Who plays Tom's brother in the 1984 film?
Oh my God.
Never seen it.
John Candy?
He has taken
Damn.
All right, good on him.
It is now
Nice.
11 to 9.
Hey, good for him.
He still has his 5-pointer left to answer, so we go to you to ask Rosie her 2-point question.
All right, Rosie, to tie this up, you chose the number 3, which is the category the 2010s. the 2010.
We're currently in that decade.
Yeah, but my car's not. All right.
My car isn't either.
2-point question.
No 6.
Who stars opposite
Oh,
Natalie
4.
Portman
How do you like
in the
that?
2011
Ashton
romantic
Kutcher.
comedy No Strings Attached?
It's not Justin Timberlake. That's the other one.
Which wasn't in that decade.
Ryan
Correct.
Reynolds.
We're looking for Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher.
So are you
Alright,
team No
so
Strings Attached, or are
he
you
was.
team, what's the other
so
pen?
were you.
Friends with Benefits.
I didn't say it for that.
I've never seen either
I
one,
remember
so I
your
can't say.
IMDb. All right.
Matt Kearns, like these
Rosie,
are
we stick with you
must-see
here
movies,
to
like one of the
take
best.
lead. Your 3-point question, you
Must-see.
chose number 17. 17. That category is family films. Family films. There are 8 films in the family film franchise Beethoven.
Oh my-
on a Pet St.
Oh my god.
2.
How many were
I
released?
think the first 2 were the
theatrically?
only ones released
Yeah,
in theaters.
I think there's only 2.
3.
That is incorrect. That is incorrect. We're looking for 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You,
I bet.
you
I
either
never-
know that for some reason, which you should be ashamed of yourself for knowing that,
All right,
or you
so
don't.
let's come down
I
to
didn't
this.
realize it was.
I
Potentially
only remember that because
back
Roger
to,
Ebert
Matt
and
with this
Gene
5-point
Siskel
question.
reviewed
Coming
the
to you now,
first
Rosie,
2,
you chose
and they really only
the
review
number
movies released in theaters.
9. The number
That's,
9. Number 9.
impressive.
Number 9 it is.
And they
9
hated the
times.
second one.
Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino. In Reservoir Dogs, Steve Buscemi's character hated his code name. What was
Never
his code
seen
name?
it, so.
Mr. Pink.
That is correct for
Mr.
5
Pink, why do I have to be
points,
Mr. Pink?
5 points.
Oh,
Okay,
she's
so
Mr. Pink.
Rosie Knight
All right,
kind of,
I knew that.
Playing coy with Matt Cruz there until she really needed to hit the point she did. She has forced the action of the pit bull now.
I
This
think
is gonna
he
be the
ended
last
up with the
question
money,
after
so
the
that's
match
good.
Regardless, so it's all take a second to soak it
Good
in.
for the guy.
And we're
Spoilers.
back with Matt
I'm sorry.
Cruz selecting number 16.
It's not about that,
Again,
though.
Matt, this is worth 5 points. So if you get
If
it
that's
right,
a
you
question
win.
that you live by
If you
the
get
end
it
of the
wrong,
movie, then, you know,
you lose.
you've done a disservice to the movie.
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh my god.
Selected number 16. Another San Francisco quarterback had that number. And for your 5-point question,
Was it Steve DeBerg?
Kurt.
I'm not going to dignify that with a response. For the win, your category is fantasy sci-fi.
Okay, that's not bad.
Fantasy.
Might be hairy for a 5-point question, though.
In the 2007 hit film
Oh
Transformers.
my god. Etu. What? Chris Galicki is like changing
It has
levels
a
now.
pet chihuahua?
What the? What kind of questions? Oh my god. That was.
I feel like
Question.
I feel like that was a fan
In
submitted
the
question.
2007 hit
That's.
film
Yeah, I don't know.
Transformers, what is the name of Sam
That's
Witwick's
a-
Oh my god.
Chihuahua?
That's brutal.
That's a 5-pointer. Can't argue with that.
Jeez. That's like a 15-pointer.
I'm gonna go with
3.
Rocky.
And he hits it.
Winner by a final score of 14 to 11. Rosie, the Dark Knight.
I mean, he did well, so.
Looking for
Yeah.
Mojo, like the potatoes at Shakey's.
Right.
The Chihuahua was named Mojo, not to be confused with Baxter or Rat. And Rosie Knight has defeated Matt Cruz.
Well, that was brutal,
One of
last
our
question,
matches
I have to
was
say.
not a whole lot of
Hey, congrats to
questions
Rosie
answered
Knight.
in round 1 or 2, but they really brought their best stuff when they needed it the
Well,
most.
I think Rosie started strong, and then she did something a little second round.
That's fair. That's
but
fair.
then she hit that 5-pointer when she needed to. It's all about what the score is at the end of the game, right? So take that bad second round, throw it out. She's got the victory. She might be on her way to something new here in this division.
I think she's going to care a little bit more about future matches, but for to his credit, Matt Cruz really came in here and gave a tremendous rookie performance. You can get nervous under the spotlight. It's different than it is at home. I think he adjudicated himself very nicely, and I don't think we've seen the last of Matt Cruz here in the studio. Hopefully he's got another high school basketball jersey next time we go to somebody who I believe did graduate both high school and college at Florida State University, Jen Starger. She'll have an interview with both the winner and the loser right now.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here with Rosie. Rosie started off, strong, hard second round for you, and then you squeaked one out in round 3. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, it's better than losing. The second round was tough. I wouldn't have expected action adventure to kind of get me that way. Matt Stoll. I'm down on this a lot. He's a good opponent.
Yeah, were you surprised by him at all?
Yeah, I was. I talked a big game. I was like, oh, he's a Patreon. He paid to be here, but he knows his stuff. Didn't know enough, but yeah.
Oh man,
I feel like
condescending.
this match differed from your match in the Inner Geekdom. Did you feel more comfortable here?
I definitely felt more comfortable. I was intimidated by Keaton. She's so happy. She cares so much. It's very strange to me. This stuff also, it's kind of in your blood. You watch movies from when you're a kid, and it's kind of in your head, and it feels almost natural.
Except for how many Beethoven movies there were.
Well, yeah.
Shockingly.
So what is next for you? Are you going to stick around here, maybe go back to Inner Geekdom? Who do you want to face next?
I know that, the singles tournament is down the road, and I just want to throw out there. I want to challenge. Challenge me,
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Jared?
Ooh, Jared.
Hi, Rosie. You don't know me.
No, I don't.
No.
What? How do you not know Jared?
Well, my name's Jared. I was playing in the Inner Geekdom. I played on a few different matches.
Also,
point is, I want to make
Jared
my
is,
debut.
You're really
in the
taller.
Schmoedown
Rosie
singles.
and Jen are very short.
And bad
I think it's
guys.
the other way around.
Like,
he's tall, but
so
I think both ladies are not very tall.
Because you seem a little confident, a little cocky. You just won. Congratulations. But now I want to face you one-on-one in a singles match. So consider this my challenge, my debut in the singles against you. Do you accept?
I accept.
All right. Let's
Nice.
do this then. That's all I need.
I'm really excited to see Jared in
Always
singles.
a pleasure. Great tan, by the way. Looks like you've been on vacation.
Was in paradise.
Challenging me every single time I turn
Ah, don't say that. They're gonna block this video for revenue.
Oh my god. Oh my
Don't
god.
say that stuff.
Oy, Matt. I know that didn't
Let's say he
quite
was in
turn out the
heaven
way
then.
you wanted it to.
There we go.
Was it the lights? Did you crash on the Red Bull? Like, what happened?
I mean, it may be a mixture.
Just imagine The Bachelor.
To be honest,
As we mentioned in Paradise,
it was just
they
nerves.
hit us
Mostly nerves
Just,
going into it.
well,
It's a lot different playing at
they
home than it is
revenue
playing
us.
Here. That's most things.
No, but Matt
to me. I'm
did
not
good
gonna lie. It got to
actually
me.
for
I'm not gonna
a
let it-
first-time
I'm not gonna let it keep
competitor.
me down.
11 points. It's
Some
not
days you win,
bad.
some days you
Yeah.
lose. You come to play though. I felt like I gave it my all. I left it all out there on the table.
I really
didn't-
hope that he gets a
maybe
second
it didn't always
opportunity.
seem that way, but-
No,
Yeah.
you had a valiant effort.
If he goes
especially
up
in round
against,
2.
you know,
had some
maybe
great steals.
there's a couple
and I
people
think
who are
that
like
your
0-1,
first performance here as a
0-2
rookie
that he
was
could
nothing
probably
to sneeze
play.
at.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not gonna take it too personally. I'm gonna come back. I think I want to come back. I'm not gonna hang my head on it. I'm gonna keep training. I'm gonna keep preparing
It'd be
myself.
fun to see him play like
keep playing
Dewberry
hard.
or something.
Some days you
I
win,
don't know
some days
why.
you lose. It's never over as long as you come back for another time.
Did you learn anything from this first time out?
I got a lot of good guidance. Yeah, I definitely learned a little bit, taking more time. I felt like I didn't rush things. I went to multiple choice when I needed to go to multiple choice. When I was like, who the fuck knows that? But aside from that, I did okay. I'm not disgusted with myself, which is not usual, so that's good.
So, who's next?
Who's next? I mean, whoever wants to come play me now. I'm 0-1. I'm not out here making requests or making demands. If someone wants,
But you're hungry for another match.
I'm hungry for another match. If someone's looking to get into the ring and prove something, I'll be there at the table with you. We'll throw down and we'll see who comes out victorious. But I'm not out there spitting in anybody's faces by any means after this.
You know, it'd be really cool.
What would be cool?
You versus Josh Makuga.
Me versus Makuga.
Energy drinks versus beer.
I just don't
please.
think records match up. It'd be a fun match.
I don't either. I think the studio will combust. But
I think like
it's a good shot.
he has a very good
Come
fit
back and
with
see us again, right?
Wildberries.
Guys,
Wildberries.
if you haven't already, go to the
Wildberries.
Patreon. Some things you're going to win, some days you're going to lose.
That's
all
true.
that matters is that you give it your all. Take your shot. If you don't take your shot, you're never going to know.
Absolutely. And then you can't wear
And support the
basketball
Schmoedown.
jerseys on an
You
internet
miss
show.
100% of the shots you never take. Wayne
All right, Ken.
Gretzky,
Well, you
Michael
see that
Scott.
still, I guess people are going to be
Michael-
questioning Rosie Nate's dedication to
That's
competing
correct.
in the future, but I think she has a bright future should she want to cash that card in. And Matt Cruz, a very dignified young man. I think somebody who is a nice ambassador for the league. Certainly the Schmoedown Patreon. We appreciate his support there. And blazing a trail here today, even in a losing effort.
It's the first time I've seen someone guzzle energy drinks in a match and not fall asleep by the third round, and I think he deserves credit for that. And yeah, look, you come out. We talk about it all the time, Mark. get under the lights, get up on the stage. It is different, and he attacked that. He was not afraid of that.
Speaking of fans getting under the lights, what's your opinion about Chance Ellison
We're looking for people. I like her
in the big lights now?
You can hear my opinions of that on the Summit, which airs every Monday right here on Take 3. Sorry, you're not going to get that for free, Chris. You're not going to get that for free.
That could be a little piece of Schmoedown.
That was the best plug ever, and I respect it.
And make sure y'all stay tuned to the main event, Ben Bateman versus John the Outlaw Rocha. Right now, here's a word from our sponsor, Tab Cola.
Nice. All right, now shortest match in history.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh, are they gonna?
The Outlaw.
Oh, what's happening,
my friend? Good to see you, John. I want to talk to you. Glad I caught you here.
Yeah.
People have been asking me. They keep for a while. That Clark match. Who are you talking to? Who are you looking at in the audience? Who was there for you? It was you, buddy. And I'm gonna say right now, thank you.
Wow.
Some people, when you do things for them, they don't believe in thank yous.
Right.
I believe in thank yous. So I guess I'm for you, as a thank you to you.
What?
That stupid rule Christian's got with Thad. You got to win 3 to get a title match. Well, Thad and I, we got a little thing going on.
A
little, you know. He listens to me, I listen to him, takes advice, you know. We're going to do it. Now it's going to be 2 wins to get a shot at the title.
Oh, my God.
Really?
Yeah, 2 wins. So,
wow.
You know, you got Bateman. You beat Bateman.
Yeah.
Good shot at that, right? He's a good player. You can take him. And then, you know, you beat one more player. You beat the winner of, you played the winner of Riley or Guy.
Oh, my God.
Shot at the title.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, but wait.
Yeah.
What's the catch, Mike? I know you always got something up your sleeve.
Oh.
What's the catch?
Please. Catch, buddy. Come on. I mean, you beat Bateman, and next match after that, big mouth guy, and it's competition. And then, you know, I don't really like factions. You know, we've kind of.
Oh no.
I don't like factions, so maybe you and Riley could be possibility. You know, 5 horsemen, 2 little horsemen, and the little horses coming at each other in a title match. You know, I'm getting ahead of myself. Think about it, champ.
What's happening here?
What is he planning?
Guy is damn good.
What's he planning, Mike?
All I know is that John Rocha is about to get the title. It's happening.
Dress up all you want.
I'd agree with you if
because you're going to your own funeral.
The GOAT didn't return to the Schmoedown. That was a great day. It was a wonderful day.
That was a disgusting day.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Well, I remember the next match.
The top 10 didn't even shake the hands of their competitors. Just.
I vaguely remember the next match when they destroyed Team Action, and then John Rocha got tackled by the Savage.
That's all I only remember the match. I just remember a terrible father getting his comeuppance for abandoning his child. That's all I remember.
I have to say, both people are amazing, though. Like, both Bateman and Guy, it's such good people.
To be honest, Action in top 10 might be my favorite, like, rivalry in the Schmoedown, because all 4 guys are so good at it. Like, they're all so good sports at, like, just going at it.
And I have to give respect to Bateman. He has the most amazing shoes ever. With his red velvet shoes that he was wearing on the Schmoedown.
Yeah, let's also give respect to this. Andrew Guy was able to tackle John Rocha in dress shoes.
Yes.
It's not easy to do.
Look at this.
Easy thing to do, guys. On a wood floor in dress shoes, he was able to tackle.
I'm so frustrated with dealing with ridiculous team matchups. Just give me a singles match, okay, Emma?
And even though
who would have thought like that guy would like
huge impact on this league
would have made this amazing appearance against Neural, though. It was amazing.
Challenging everyone.
Do something fun, Draco. Let's do this. Let's dance, all right? And your winner!
Yeah, that was a sucky match with musicals in round 2. I remember that.
It doesn't matter. We're here to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to avenge this loss. Okay? I'll be back. I'll play that moron Mance.
I got nothing to lose. Yes, this is happening right now.
The winner of this match would move on to face John Rocha.
And your winner, Ben the Boss Bateman.
That was a good win.
Good job. You took care of Mance. You were a kid, you were a rookie, you made your way. Now, you've been talking about facing me, and now it's come. You and me.
One of these four guys is facing William Bibiani.
You're not your goddamn mind if you don't.
And I'm gonna tell you this: Bibiani is gonna be on the throne for a long time, I think.
One piece
because he was unlucky getting there, but when he has to defend, I think he's gonna be pretty good.
Last I remember, you were walking away when I kicked your ass at the free-for-all. So how about you shut your mouth?
How do you define kicking someone's ass? Are you like a dumb?
I recall saying bye, Rocha, and watching your ass walk out the door.
And then you walked
What do you call that?
right after me. And listen, I'm gonna send you some money. I'm gonna get you a suit that fits, not one out of a kid's gap.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Because I'm sick of it, and they're sick of it, and I know they're sick of it.
Oh man, the whole promo thing is gonna be 25 minutes. It's gonna be like 10 minutes of a match. Oh my god, the hype is getting to me. I can never watch John Rocha matches anymore. I'm getting too nervous. Even top 10 matches.
I'm just gonna be quiet and I'm just gonna watch Chris react to this match.
To the movie Trivia Schmoedown. My name is
Especially in like a rivalry match like this. It's not like a regular match, you know?
We have for everyone eventually, but first, all of our movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon supporters, hello.
That's right. You signed up for a good match here today. This is literally and figuratively the battle of the ages. This is a long-running feud between not just Rocha and Bateman, between Team Action and now the Five Horsemen. This has gone over a lot of different factions, a lot of different programs here. This one it's coming to a head perhaps here today.
Yeah, you mentioned the individuals and you say Bateman. Well, I like that Ben Bateman, okay? And John Rocha, I work with him darn near every day, or at least that's what he calls my house. But when you put them on their respective teams or their factions in the movie Trivia Schmoedown, you got Team Action going against the Horsemen, and the stakes just continue to rise in this. This all started during the 2017 team tournament when it was like Team Action, they kind of looked up to Rocha because he was like the big heel on the block. Then they're like, hey, we like this guy. By the time they started competing against each other, Rocha had turned over a new leaf. He had found some sort of personal peace, and he was a nice guy. Team Action thought he went soft, and it has gotten worse from there.
Absolutely. Since then, Bateman and Guy have just kind of
no, apparently John Rocha has a girlfriend. What does that going to do to his persona?
Hated around here. They've just relished in it.
It's going to be a calm and collected guy.
Of their opponents, but Rocha's one of the ones that kind of
complete face turn.
Tactic, so maybe he
oh my
knows
god, guys!
Maybe he knows
we watched it on Tuesday.
Like you said,
we're watching here
peace,
again.
Find God, find
Number one
Zen,
supporters are just abandoning their favorites.
Yeah, a lot of famous matches
it's really
in this
sad.
History.
You heard it first, Chris Alzacco not supporting a face turn for John Rocha.
That is a lie. Oh no, I don't support the face turn. I support Rocha whatever he does.
Well, depending on how I edit this in iMovie, it might say you don't support John Rocha.
Shame.
There's been a lot of trash talking in this matchup, and now we find ourselves in a scenario where, regardless of what happens, once anarchy fully sets in the fall, this is going to get taken to the next level. The winner of this is going to play the winner of Guy and Mark Riley.
That was going to be. Oh, I want to see who are you going to root for
whatever
the
matchups are, it's going to be
you
chaotic.
Sneaky
it's going to be anarchy.
Matthew.
This is why I kind of like what anarchy has done. It's created potential matchups and matchups and teams.
Because apparently it's not a hypothetical match anymore.
But I think all that aside,
I want to see your heart broken.
You will find out who I'm rooting for.
And we know you paid
I'm going to react to your reaction.
Number 4 for 5th, depending on when the reaction goes.
In order for another title, well, look, here's what Rocha has to do now because he's buddies with Kalinowski. He was rooting for him. So now John Rocha only has to have
although I think I'm sick that guy.
Before he can challenge William Bibiani, the current title holder, and a worthy one at that, Ken, I might say. But Rocha, first, he's got to get through Ben Bateman here today. It's Action versus Horsemen, and here's a look at what they were saying before the match.
Oh, my God. It's going to be awesome.
So I'm here.
Boo!
I told you. No shows.
Shame.
You got a show. You got a bunch of other jackasses in this league that are going to give you a show. But you know what I'm going to do today? What I was born to do.
Ben Bateman, I respect you, man. You fought in this league. You've got to this position to take me on. You've done well on the tag team. You've beaten us with your team action team. You've beaten top 10 before. You've surprised a few people, Ben, and I know you're studying the game. But there's no amount of studying you can do to get you ready for the Outlaw.
Now, when somebody shows you who they are, you take them seriously. John, he showed me who he was. Now I'm going to crush his spirit. Now I'm going to take everything that is dear to him and ruin it for him.
We'll see what you got, Ben, toe-to-toe.
Yeah.
But my time is now as well. My time for the belt is here. I'm taking care of you, I'm taking care of who's next, and then I'm going to get that belt. I need it back around my waist. 2-time champion. That's what the Outlaw needs.
John, I like you, but...
And that's what I'm going to be.
Since this
We're
interview
taking
started,
the
I've acquired 13
sledgehammer to
companies.
Bateman today.
Do you understand what that's like? Do you understand what it's like to be me?
Oh,
Of
that's
course you
nice.
don't.
You're handing him
Nobody
the
does.
sledgehammer so he can beat down John Rocha.
I'm gonna show you what that's like
very
today.
kind of you guys.
In the ring.
So, the boss, get ready.
How can you
Your
support
ass
John Rocha
is
if you
about to
heard the
get
horrible things he wanted to do to a pregnant
I
woman?
got very little to say.
Slash her kneecaps.
Only one thing to do.
Well, Kristen has it coming.
And that's to make the Outlaw
Plus, she's not pregnant anymore, so
because it's
yeah,
time
that's
for the
fine.
Horseman
That's true.
to end.
That's a top 10 joke thing,
one
guys.
last thing.
So John
We know.
Rocha,
What has
he
everyone
doesn't.
learned?
He would never
about
do
the
anything
Outlaw?
to a pregnant woman.
Just
Also,
when you think-
congratulations to Kristen
Just
Smith
like
for having
he's
a very
done.
healthy baby.
Just when you think he can't do it again,
That's old news.
He can.
We already did that on the
does.
We don't care
That's fine.
anymore.
I
Yeah,
will.
We don't care. Until she gets her baby to start reacting so we can get more views. We don't care.
Yes, that's needs to
God,
happen.
wait a
No
second.
shortage of
That's the
words
next
for
top
either
10 match.
opponent there, Ken. You
We
got
get
Ben Bateman
Kristen and her
yapping a lot.
baby,
John
yeah.
Rocha, he's no stranger to talking.
Next
into
top 10
the
match,
mic. What do you read?
her baby's going to be
I mean, the
in
gloves,
college
they did-
with the
they
Anarchy
didn't come
tournament.
off. They were already off.
I'm happy they're closed.
Flinging barbs back and forth. This is like a good bar fight about ready to happen here. A good bar trivia fight, if you will.
Oh.
Hey, look at that. I played
Hey.
trivia at bars, and I have played trivia here on the desk, and I know under the white hot spotlight, you can all throw the records out the window. It's who knows more on that particular day.
Okay.
I'm just happy to be here with the answer. No, we're up here at the answer desk. We have to
I keep the records.
those kind of things. And actually, while you have something written down, why don't you give us the tale of the tape?
Tail of the tape coming in here. You have on one side John Rocha. His strengths, as we know, I'm going with the legendary strengths are known for.
Legendary.
John is amazing, but he also is a good expert on fantasy, sci-fi, and shutting up kids. Get off my lawn and get out of my trivia match. Whereas Ben Bateman's strengths include
Ben
action
Bateman's
slash adventure,
sucks.
movie
Oh,
release
no.
dates,
Sorry,
and
thanks.
silencing veterans. This is going to be interesting.
That's right, Ben Bateman, seen a lot of Westerns. John Rocha, he was an extra in the movie Shane. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
Well, with that out of the way, I'm ready to go. Ken, you ready?
I am ready.
It's time to Schmoedown!
Woo!
I like saying it like that. Schmoedown, Ken. Schmoedown.
I think every announcer should do this.
Hey, I'm merely leading this party. You are providing the color commentary, and you are going to be doing the introductions.
Oh.
Without further ado, sir.
Without further ado,
I really hope that Rocha comes back to his original outlaw
Choosing
music.
first. With a record of
That's a good
2
choice.
wins and 2 defeats, representing Team Action, Ben the Boss
So humble.
Bateman.
And here comes.
That's not.
I see the suit. I see the
That is
briefcase.
great.
I see the middle finger.
Oh,
Who's that?
Ben Bateman.
Great.
Acting like
I
Ben,
he's
but I don't know.
he's an Action Army guy who did a reaction to a live event.
No.
Sir,
He
you're
looks
clearly
like Ben
an imposter. This is
Bateman.
not Ben Bateman.
And if you watch the video,
got the
he
briefcase.
We
he's
see the
really.
there's Ben
Come on
Bateman.
out here. He's hey,
There's Ben Bateman.
waving at me and you.
I believe
That's
his name is
great.
Brendan Henner.
Giving a kiss. Some people cheer.
That was awesome.
That's
he
great,
appears
man.
to be in the midst of
That's
some
awesome.
sort of important call, and he has an
Yeah, I
assistant
understand that.
who
I
now
understand that.
carries the briefcase. Ben, are all your affairs handled? Are you ready to compete in a match?
1 second here, Mark.
Take all the time you need.
That's awesome.
Okay, it appears that Ben Bateman has hired some manner of
Like a scene in Devil.
I have to give it to Bateman for having an
some
amazing
sort of,
entrance here.
intern where Ben Bateman once looked up to John Rocha. Now this intern might be looking up to Ben Bateman.
Yeah. All right. Well, his opponent with a record of 8 wins and 6 defeats.
Oh,
and
yes.
2 KOs.
The OG Outlaw is coming.
Representing the 5 Horsemen. He is the Outlaw, John Rocha.
Yeah, baby.
Yay!
The 5 is out.
Everybody's favorite, number 1 in your hearts, Mark Riley, and there is the Outlaw, the classic.
It's so weird seeing Mark Riley walk Rocha out. Not most of
One of them showed up today to accompany
Night
Mark
Nurse
Riley.
might have something to do with that
And
day.
he's gonna
I know.
ready here for
Also, Riley's in the office.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark Riley, Matt
bar
knows.
telling me I can only have 5 trips.
I feel half the reason for the
Sir, you
formation of
have
the
5
Horsemen
more
was
beers
who was in the
before
office.
You're going to call your mom to pick you up. John Rocha.
What do you mean?
Disregards
Only
the
one of
mask
the
and
members
Bateman and
besides
Rocha.
Rocha works in that office.
No, I know. Nost was like, his lips like apparently like a little close to the collider office though.
How was your chanting, Rocha? Was it good?
Boo.
So, you have fun?
John's not even responding to him.
Meditation?
Taking a sip of
Nice.
his non-sponsored beverage.
Oh, I was wondering.
Oh,
Alex!
What is that? It's a
It
top
appears to
secret
be a
box?
fan has delivered a top secret box. I
I
don't know
wasn't
if
sure if it was gonna get here
I
on
don't have
time.
any fans to
Open
deliver
that
me.
in
It's
the
got to be like a
studio.
picture of action
Okay.
or something like
Kleenex.
something
plenty of those
like
already.
what Draco did.
Sounds like, looks like my friend.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh, look at
We're
that.
going
It's
like
new.
this.
he got the last time he
He's
did
going
it
back.
though.
We've seen this work for him before.
The
Since he
blindfold
introduced
is back.
the
I'll tell ya.
whiteboards,
Wow.
blindfold's not very useful.
For a second, that package looked like my Friday night indeed, but now
my
this
God.
is turning into something else. John's going back to the strategy, Mark. We'll see if it pays.
This
Yeah.
must be so he can legibly write Jane Fonda, right? It's
I
gotta be
wanna,
why.
I gotta be
I wanna
honest with
say
you.
one thing here.
I
Please,
get it.
the floor is yours.
This is the blindfold I wore when I beat Christian Harloff, and I want to dedicate this match to Christian Harloff
Okay.
and all he's been through. So sending it out to you, bud.
Oh,
All right.
That makes
Very
that's
nice
a very nice gesture.
John Rocha and Ben Bateman.
He won the
are
crowd.
ready to
Dedicate
go.
my
I'm
name-
just
I'm
glad
gonna
that what's
dedicate
inside
my
that box
name
was
to
not some
Chubbs.
sort of creepy sex
No,
toy.
I was gonna do
All
that.
right. We are going to get
Kill
going
the
here as I
coffee
read the
legend.
rules for round number 1.
I
In
love
round
Happy
number
Gilmore.
1, as both competitors
Doesn't
probably
really
already
lead to
aware,
anything,
you're going to
but-
hear 8 questions asked to the field from 8 different corners of the movie Trivia Galaxy. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question in round 1. There's no stealing in round 1. As soon as we ask the question up here at the answer desk, please write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard and pens that are on the house. Once we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please show
By
your
name.
answer on the whiteboard to the cameras at the same time you verbalize it into the microphone. Competitor's going to have about 15 seconds in the entirety of the match per question. I remind each competitor of the 3 JTE rules that you can use throughout the match. If you're not sure you heard a question properly, you want to ask again, or you just need to buy yourself some time, use the JTE rule. And each competitor also has one challenge if you're not sure you agree with how a question was ruled. So, John Rocha, your blindfold. Is it ready to go? Is the rest of your personage prepared?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay, Ben Bateman, it's not too
Oh, I
much
like
trouble.
he's confident.
Are you ready to go with your busy schedule?
Waiting for this day since I joined the Schmoedown.
Let's get
Oh,
ready to
no.
Schmoedown!
Okay, let's see.
Kicking off will be the esteemed Ken Knapsack. Ken, what category do we have to greet our competitors
All
first?
right, question 1 comes in the category of action/adventure. Action/adventure.
Oh, do they have multiple choice? Yeah, good. We make the same jokes. We're in sync with
Here you
John.
go. In what movie will you see characters John Patrick Mason, General Francis X. Hummel, and Stanley Goodspeed? General Francis X. Hummel.
I think you
that
got it right.
last
And
name.
we'll see if each competitor is able to get this right. In a category they both know very well.
right.
Going to move to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, John Rocha first.
Wild Wild
On
West.
air?
That is not correct. Does Ben Bateman have it?
It's been the greatest honor of my life to serve with you, General.
He certainly does. It is The Rock.
Okay.
You
Oh.
gotta wonder if the blindfold
knew that
obscured
name
his knowledge.
somewhere.
As we move on to animated, these are movies
It's not
drawn
good.
by hand or on a computer. Your question is, in the Disney film, The Sword in the Stone, name one of the 3 animals Merlin transforms Wart into during his lessons. Need one of the 3.
I have a wart that the doctor said is transforming into a problem.
We're not talking about that. It's a character in the film, I believe. This is not the
We're on air.
Medical Schmoedown. 5,
We're on air.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Go to
Squirrel.
Ben Bateman.
A fox.
Frog.
That's incorrect.
Not accept the fox. John Rocha, do you have it?
I don't know. Snake?
Bird.
Not a
There's another
snake
one.
either. We would have taken a fish, would have taken a squirrel, or a bird, particularly a sparrow.
I've never seen it.
I don't remember the
All right.
squirrel because
Third question
a
comes in
female
the
squirrel fell in love
category
with him and then
of
found out he was a
dramas.
human. Her heart was broken.
Who
It
is
was
the
no.
writer, director, and star of 1996 Sling Blade?
Oh my God.
Oh no! What's his name?
Negotiate writing down an answer.
Oh no!
If it affects the handwriting, he's had handwriting issues in the past.
Yeah,
That's why I bring
if
it
I
up.
get soap in my eye in the shower, I've fallen out before.
I think this is who it is.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Billy Bob
Pens
Thornton?
down. John Rocha first.
Billy Bob Thornton.
It is, in
correct.
fact, Billy Bob
Yes.
Thornton, Ben Bateman.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Also,
Okay.
I'd
star
like to
of
suggest that the
Armageddon.
outlaw, instead of having to hold the thing up with one hand and write with his answer clearly legible on the table, I don't want to be called for cheating when he's writing his answer like this.
No, it seemed like I could read it just
Don't
fine,
look.
so we will let it play.
Cheater.
We go to
Cheat, that's
movie
on you.
Quotes.
Yes.
Movie quotes is next category. In what sci-fi comedy will you hear the following quote? I want the people to know that they still have 2 out of 3 branches of the government working for them, and that ain't bad.
Take that now.
I think 2018, we all would accept that as a win.
Sci-fi comedy? No.
Okay. And,
I think
the
that's,
rest attempted an answer.
Mars
And we go to
Attacks,
5,
maybe?
4, 3, 2, and a 1.
Yeah, I was
Pens
thinking
down,
Mars
Rocha.
Attacks.
Ben Bateman.
Mars Attacks.
It is
That's
Mars
correct.
Attacks.
Oh, okay.
John Rocha, did you have
I
it?
thought it was
Did
being
not
led.
come on.
happen. Did not happen.
Elements. All
All
right.
right.
It was
all right.
Nicholson.
Yes,
I think who
let's
said it.
start
I
with
feel like
one.
it was either him or
Fifth
Martin
question
Short.
comes in the category of fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi. What repeated 3-word phrase does Caesar use to unite the apes throughout the 2010's rebooted Planet
Apes.
of the Apes?
Together. Strong.
Caesar reminds me of a question I want to ask.
I've never
I give
seen
you
any of
one
these
salad from
movies,
any
so.
of the rest of
What the hell?
Yeah.
What salad do you take?
I'm going.
Why is
Seen
this a
the
recurring
originals.
segment in this?
Replacing it
Seen
with
the
chicken.
originals.
They're,
5,
they're pretty good
4,
movies, though. You should
3,
watch them.
2.
Please repeat the question.
Oh, one for Ben.
So
We've
I've
got
heard.
what repeated 3-word phrase does Caesar use to unite the apes throughout the 2010's rebooted Planet of the Apes trilogy?
Okay, so anyways,
Ah.
repeat chicken just to be safe.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, wait,
Okay,
ranch on the
but
side.
I like the steak. Yeah.
5.
I really
4,
hope that
3,
Rocha gets
2,
this.
1. Pens down. John Rocha, you have the first shot.
Apes Together Strong?
That is correct. Does Ben Bateman have it?
Apes strong together.
Ah, so close, but it had to be in the right order.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Ben
couldn't
Bateman
remember that I just put
sees
apes
his
on
lead shrink
horses.
to 1, 3 to 2.
It's
Our
on
next
horse.
question is in the world of movie release.
That was close
dates.
enough, I would say.
Your question is, Paul Verhoeven's action sci-fi thriller Total Recall was released in what year?
Ooh.
I know
I think I
this
know.
one.
Did Scott Nance?
I know this
Yeah, that's a
one.
very good trivia competitor.
Yeah, and this is in that,
One of the better matches I've ever seen.
This category, yeah.
5, 4, 3.
Come on, Rocha. Come on.
1990.
Pens down, Ben Bateman.
1991.
That is
yeah.
correct.
I thought it
John
was
Rocha.
91.
Nope. 1986.
No,
Okay.
that was
96?
4-2
That
lead.
was
question 7.
very
brain
off,
fart.
Rocha.
Question 7.
I put
in the category
95.
of horror/thriller.
Oh,
I was 91,
Well,
but
these are all categories.
No,
I'm
it
not
was
good at.
90.
Interesting. Okay, go ahead.
Which installment of the Final Destination franchise is focused on a group who escaped death from a roller coaster disaster?
4 or 5.
Your favorite role.
Now, when you say which, do you
21.
mean like first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or do you mean the name of the movie?
Which installment?
Okay.
Anyway, back
I
to
like the
Ugh.
fucking number. Oh, sorry. Are we allowed to F1? I'm
Riding
sorry.
down Laurel Canyon in
we could be
I was
PG
going Loch Ness
13. We
Monster
can
for
get
stars,
one.
You win.
Okay, I'm
5,
not.
That'll be our
4,
one.
3, 2, 1. Pens
The
down.
third?
John Rocha.
No clue.
It was the third.
That is incorrect. Ben Bateman.
Final Destination 5, the Final Destination.
Ah, we're looking for Final Destination 3.
3. Nice.
3.
Man, I just
Lose
guessed.
the chance to capitalize there.
I don't know. I
Extend
think you're
his
watching
lead.
Final Destination movies and not
the one
apes and
where
horses
death comes
movies,
back
and
to
that's a
haunt
I don't.
disappointing.
I don't watch horror movies,
All
so
right,
that's
our last
not
question
true.
One more?
in
Okay.
round
that's
1 is a Patreon question.
Oh.
All I'm
And
saying
this
is that the previous
question
match was
comes to
better
us
in the
from
first round.
John Patterson. Thank you, John, for supporting the show. We appreciate your patronage. You want to check out more of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown? Just guess John Patterson. Or you guys can check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, select which tier is right for you. One day you could have your name called where I just said John Patterson's. He won in the category of comedies. Probably because he's seen Rocha do stand-up.
Mm.
Our question is, that was not a burn. John Rocha's performed stand-up, and he's very funny.
He is very funny.
And now the crowd hates me. In what Pennsylvania town does Phil Connors get stuck reliving the same day over and over in Groundhog?
I have no idea how to call this.
Laughed over the first
Spell
part of
this.
the question. Did you say the Pennsylvania town?
I did. Yeah, Rocha, I'd say a solid 3 for 3.
I have no idea how to spell this, but I know the answer because this is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Spelling doesn't matter.
4,
okay, good.
3, 2, and 1.
Puxatawny.
Ben Bateman.
Puxatawny.
Incorrect. Incorrect. Looking for John Rocha's answer.
Puxatawny?
That is close enough, and we are going to be leaning on the
Good.
spelling for Punxsutawney.
He did that blindfolded.
I'm sorry, JT. This is the best I got.
He did it blindfolded, and Ken, I'm not
I
really
love
good at
that
math. Did
movie.
either competitor pitch a perfect?
But I love Bill Murray. He's my
no,
favorite
sir.
comedian,
No, it's actually 4 to 3, so
I mean,
we're waiting
it's
for
hard to spell
each
that,
legend in the Schmoedown to
town
really
when
show
you're,
It wasn't
when you're
actually
not
funny
cold.
thing.
Move on to round
It wasn't
2.
filmed in
round number
Puxatawny,
2, the
actually.
wheel of justice, doom, your fate
I forget
appears,
where it was
and
filmed,
there
but
are
it
10
was not filmed in
slices from 10
Puxatawny.
different corners of the movie trivia
Because they said it
galaxy,
wasn't
along with your favorite
film
spinner's
enough,
choice and your
like, it
dreaded
didn't look
opponent's choice. Each
like a
category
movie.
is going to contain
It looked like
4
a
questions
5,000 people
from
town. It's
that
boring.
particular
Yeah, it just
movie
looked like a
genre.
normal town.
Each
It
question
didn't
is
really
worth 2
look
points.
like,
There's no penalty
you
for
know,
missing
like
a question. However, there is stealing
something that
available
could
in
work
round
for a
2.
film.
If you get asked a question, you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us to provide you with multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options. One of those is the correct answer. And I'll remind everybody out there watching that today's match, we have a wheel that is sponsored by our Schmoedown patron, Emmanuel Ibanez. Emmanuel, thank you so much for sponsoring
Kurt Russell.
the wheel, and the sponsored wheel slices, Ken, for today's match are 90s and fantasy sci-fi.
You had
And
a
the
Kurt
third
Russell
wheel
slice
slice for
for
today's
chips.
match was sponsored by one of our Schmoedown patrons. That sponsored wheel slice is Oscars.
Nope.
So a lot of Patreon magic here.
Yeah.
They're the ones watching
Kurt
this
Russell.
match first. Ben Bateman, you have the option to spin first or defer, and I will point out your opponent's already standing for some reason.
He can walk over to that wheel and he can spin it first. That would be great.
Here we go.
All right, well.
John stumbling over like me
Don't
at
trip, Outlaw.
my 5th year birthday.
No. Warm.
Very
playing-
slow draw.
It's like the
There you go. No,
my
other
God.
way. Left. 5.
Are we watching
4,
this?
3, 2. Okay, you caught it just in the nick of time. All right, go ahead and spin it. Way to show up on time, Riley.
Riley reminds me of like Collider Live
worried
where he goes in just barely before everyone changes the topics.
like
And he's like,
from my
okay.
high school graduation party.
Look at my grandfather stumbling to the bathroom at 3 a.m. And we're looking at 90s.
90s.
He's
Spin again.
No, he's going to spin again.
No hesitation there. He stumbles
right.
back.
Oh my
Here he
God!
goes.
Looking,
Did he have this much trouble with the blindfold?
He's looking like the characters at the beginning of Old School coming out of the sex closet.
All right, and it looks like he might have completed one. Oh. Denzel Washington
some
movies it is.
Luck
and
of the draw
it is
right there, sir.
Denzel Washington, he is an actor of note. Got to start on St. Elsewhere, and you are going to answer 4 questions.
Well, I mean, they
about
just
Denzel
not so
Washington
long
from the
ago did the
mouth of the
Denzel
golden
Washington
voice
top
of
10
Ken
show,
By the way, I
so
interviewed Denzel
he's
Washington
probably
guys
still
on
got
Oh,
the
we're
fish
going
in
to
his
ask our
mind.
first question.
All right, that's
Yes.
great. You can follow me on
Possible.
Instagram at Cadnaps.
But Ben's a
4
big fan of
questions in the
Denzel,
category
so
of Denzel
it'd be trouble.
Washington. Question 1.
I don't think he's going to miss any
Who
question.
played Denzel Washington's co-lead,
Mark
Michael
Wahlberg.
Stigman, in the action comedy Two Guns?
Oh, come
As
on,
I
John.
like to call
What
it,
the hell?
Diet Lethal Weapon.
Was it?
Come on.
Seems to be milking it.
Yeah.
That's
Thinking
not
of a
bad.
like he's been in Transformers.
5,
Jesus
4,
Christ.
3.
Mark Wahlberg.
Thank you.
Ah,
That's 2 points
thank God.
there. That's 2 points.
I gave him a quick count because I felt like he was.
close.
That's fair.
Felt like he was pulling
I
on some udders.
apologize. That was close.
He's seen the cover of the
All
box.
right. All right. Second question.
My God, this is on
question.
fire
Watching
today.
How to Act by Ben Bateman. Yes, go ahead.
Who plays the? All right. Who plays the mad bomber that Denzel Washington uses time travel to catch in the 2006 film Deja Vu?
Oh my God.
Now this is legitimate. I don't remember.
You know, the wolf. You cry wolf a few
What?
times. You're not buying into it anymore.
You know about that, Ken.
I don't know about this movie.
Multiple choice,
Yeah,
please.
multiple choice.
All right. A. Val Kilmer. B.
Ah.
Bill Ray Scott. C. Wes Bentley.
Jim
D.
Caviezel?
Caviezel.
He's just
Yeah.
got a funny last name. No
Jim
offense.
Caviezel.
That's correct for a point.
Oh, wow, look at that.
All right, third question out of 4.
Good.
Third question out of 4.
Come on, John.
What
Come on.
instrument does Denzel Washington play in Mo Better Blues?
Trumpet.
That is correct for 2 points.
Damn.
All right, Rocha accelerates to an 8-4 lead over Bateman.
John, your final question, the category of Denzel Washington.
Come on,
in
John.
the Book of Eli. What
Yes.
is unique about the version of the Bible?
It is
Eli
written
has,
in
other than it being
blind.
He memorized it.
Braille?
Like he memorized
Braille.
it.
is incorrect.
Braille.
Incorrect.
That's what they
Didn't
call
Braille, yeah.
blind people
Yeah.
writing. Chris,
Yeah, I'm
you're
sorry.
a little bit more PC.
I didn't know.
3,
Blind
2,
people.
1.
It's written in a special kind of ink.
No.
Is incorrect. Looking for it. It's written in Braille.
Yeah,
What was
fuck.
it? Braille.
Braille, the guy with no blindfold, didn't get the Braille
Ah.
question right.
That's less
Very
PC than what I
interesting,
said,
and
by
now
the
we've
way.
given Rocha a bit of a hard time, but now it's Ben Bateman's turn to get into the hot seat. So, Mr. Bateman, step on up there. Have your assistant do the chore for you. You can spin the wheel, and you find yourself trailing by 4.
I'm
So,
sure.
I'm sorry,
that
his
was a
Bible is
shame.
in Braille. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a Braille Bible.
Because I thought he was.
Bateman spinning here.
And
Bateman
he memorized it
spinning
because of
here.
that. I'm
It's a
sure.
good movie. I like that Book of Eli.
Yeah.
It was not a bad movie.
Ben's a
It's
good guy. He
underrated.
and I had a 3-hour conversation about Huey Lewis the other day.
Huey Lewis cannot tour anymore because of the eardrums. It's a shame. All right, we might be looking at another Oscar movie.
That's his strength.
Ben Bateman
Oh, no.
seems
Got your
pretty
strength,
happy
Ben.
with that spin.
Oh, no.
That's his strength.
I'm actually surprised movie release
Ben Bateman has
dates not on
spun
there actually.
Oscars, and Candy spun Oscars, and now since it's spun, the slice is provided to us by our patron Scott Curtis. Scott Curtis, thank you.
Scott Curtis,
for
we hate
sponsoring
you for
the
giving
Oscars wedge. Maybe he's a big
Ben
award
Bateman.
winner himself.
Giving
We're gonna
Ben
see
the ability
Bateman
to get
take
his
the
strength.
lead back.
Shame,
from Rocha
Scott.
right now. All right, Ben, your first question of a slate of 4. As of 2018, how many times has David Fincher been nominated for Best Director?
2?
Yeah, I think it's only been one.
I don't remember anymore.
Go to 5, 4, 3, 2.
It's gonna be 2.
It, in fact, is 2.
Damn.
All right.
2 points.
The
Benjamin
guessing
Button and
game
the
is
Social
strong with me
Network. That's the
today.
movie about MySpace. We move on to your next question here, Ben, and that is who won the Best Director Oscar for the film Terms of Endearment?
Oof.
I know Jack Nicholson won for best supporting actor.
I think I'm going to have to wait on this
Michael
one too,
Douglas. I mean, is he
No.
correct?
4,
No clue.
3, 2.
James L. Brooks.
That's correct. Okay. He
Ah,
got
he's
another
playing
one, and
the
he is
milk
all
the
of a sudden
clock.
tied with John Rocha.
Oh, yeah,
Now
that's
we move
any
on to
better
your next
than.
question.
Oh, I knew he was in a
Who sang
Transformers movie.
the Oscar-winning song "Secret Love" from the 1953 Western comedy "Calamity Jane"?
Oof.
What?
That is a deep cut.
That is a deep cut.
That is a deep cut.
Deep cut.
Let's go to multiple choice.
I can provide that. Is it A, Marilyn Monroe, B, Doris Day, C, Jane Russell, or D, Betty Grable?
Betty Grable, because I've never heard this movie. I've never heard of her.
I think it was Doris Day.
Need an answer in 5,
Jane Russell.
4,
It's
3,
Curtis Russell's
Doris Day.
sister.
2. That's 1 point.
Doris
Got
Day?
it.
All right.
Maneuvered his way around that category, and now we have your last question in this current round, and it is Alan Arkin won his first Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for which film?
Little Miss Sunshine.
2 points for Ben Bateman.
That's a
and
monster.
he has an 11-8 advantage
That's a
over
monster.
John Rocha going
Second
into
round,
the final
yeah.
round. So Rocha built himself a nice little lead there, but
Yes.
Ben Bateman,
Yes,
he
it
spun
was.
Oscars. He wanted Oscars. It was a Patreon slice wheel, so there's some good mojo around it anyway.
Yep.
He enters round 3 with a 3-point lead, Ken.
Well, it all comes down to this final round here. John, though, has been playing.
I don't
good.
like it. I don't like it,
both
John.
have missed some. But got some big ones here, so anyone's.
Let's
gonna-
not
Strong
win.
comeback
Let
in
this
round 2 after disappointing round 1 for both competitors. In round number 3, this is
guy
the final
win.
round of the match. That is where each competitor is going to give us up
Come
the
on, come on,
answers,
come on.
a series of numbers that range from 1 to 20. Ben, you're going to give us your numbers first because you are currently in the lead over John Rocha. Each one of those numbers corresponds to a movie trivia category up here at the answer desk. Your first question we ask is going to be worth 2 points. The next one 3, and the last one, should we make it that far, 5. There's no stealing. There's no penalty for missing a question. It's you and a test of how much your brain knows about 3 different movie trivia categories. Ben Bateman, your numbers from 1 to 20, sir.
I'm going to go 3, 7, and 17.
All right, he went all odds, Ken. Interesting choice. Can John Rocha counter with the slate of evens?
6, 8, and 19.
He almost did.
I like the commentary here. It's exciting.
John Rocha, I will be administering the questions to you, the Outlaw. And Ken
Come on, Outlaw. Come on.
Bateman.
Come on.
John Rocha, you selected number 6, is that correct?
Yes, I did.
For your 2-point question? That happens to be the category of Western.
Oh, no.
Should have been the 5-point question.
Right. And your question is, who played Wyatt Earp in the film Wyatt Earp?
Kevin Costner.
That's correct. 2 points.
2 points for
The
the
inferior
Outlaw. No
Tombstone.
problem there. And we move on to your next category. You selected number 8. For that, you get questions in the world of Tom Hanks.
Ooh.
Okay, that's good. Let John complain about it. He knows that stuff.
What American president gave Forrest Gump his Medal of Honor for Vietnam in the movie
Reagan?
Lyndon B. Johnson.
That is correct
Johnson.
for 3
Nice.
points. He
Oh,
knows his
yeah.
presidential history.
Johnson.
He knows his Tom Hanks.
I
And he
just forgot
forces
the
hand
time
of
period
Ben
of
Bateman. Ken,
season.
over to you.
Yeah.
All right, Ben, your 2-point question will come in the category that number 3 corresponds to, which is horror.
Oh, that's Bateman. Okay, good.
Who played the reporter Daniel Malloy in Interview with the Vampire?
No idea.
Oh, that's a good question. And that's a good question for a first rounder, too. Yeah, he knows it.
That's right, we're tied. We go to 5.
Shame.
3, 2.
Repeat the question, please.
Oh, okay, he doesn't.
Second one. Who played the reporter Daniel Malloy in
I like how he is
Interview with the
unfazed,
Vampire?
though, right? I like his style.
Guys, we can hear you talking, please.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Christian Slater.
That's correct.
Seems like you know it all along, Ken. Burned to JT just for the fun of it. So now we have a tied ball game. It is 13-13, Marino to Marino. And here's the situation. We have John Rocha only has his 5-pointer left. Ben Bateman still has a 3-pointer on the table in addition to his 5-pointer. So Ben Bateman is going to be asked his 3-point question. And if he can force the hand of Rocha, we go back to Rocha for his 5.
All right, 3-point question
Let's
coming
see.
in the category of, you chose number 7, which is sports.
Sports, okay.
Movies.
I'm assuming he's a
Question.
good...
Who directed Miracle and
Gavin O'Connor.
Gavin O'Connor.
That was very quick for Ben Bateman.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't want to play that one.
He has forced the hand of Rocha to where Rocha needs to
Oh,
hit this
what? Are you going to
5-point question, or
complain
else
because
Ben
he knows
Bateman will
Gavin
have
O'Connor and
defeated
he
him
loves Warrior?
once again.
No, I didn't know he directly Miracle, too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, he did.
John Rocha.
My
You selected
favorite
number
wrestling
19.
performance is from Miracle.
And Bernie Kosar's number corresponds to the category of
Oh, and Warrior is
1990s
amazing, two
movie.
people.
90s.
The very category
Ooh.
you spun away from.
Oh, boy.
I think he was...
Have to answer.
Yes, I do.
I think he is good at 90s movies.
Ben
Just like
Bateman will walk away here.
he spun away from it too
Intern
quickly.
will get a raise.
He should. He needs a better suit. All right.
Rocha, your question is for 5 points. Name the 2 lead actors.
Oh my God!
of the 1991
Jesus
drama,
Christ!
My Own Private Idaho.
Jesus! My Own Private Idaho.
River Phoenix and Keanu Reeves?
Ladies and gentlemen, the questions go back to Ben Bateman.
Wow!
Look at that.
Wow. My shield. Win or lose?
18-16.
Wow.
There is going to be no overtime in this match.
Wow.
Bateman gets it, he
Congrats.
wins, and his intern gets a
Wow.
new shiny Porsche. If he loses, John Rocha is riding his
Come on.
dusty Geo Storm out of
happening.
here victoriously.
All right.
We shall
Ben,
see.
You chose the number 17.
It is
17
happening.
is family films.
Okay,
Family
he's
films.
a R-rated guy, so he's
5-point
not gonna know it.
question. The 1990s Teenage Mutant
Ah.
Ninja Turtles. April's
Thrift
apartment
shop
was
or
located
secondhand
above
store.
What kind of store?
Oh, he knows it.
Yeah.
Ah, he's playing with us.
He is, but I'm okay with that.
Rocha can't bear to watch, and we go to the
Well,
count.
it's just thrift store.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Please repeat the question.
The
Oh,
1990s
Come on.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. April's apartment was located above what kind of store?
he doesn't know it. He doesn't know it.
2,
He doesn't know it.
4,
He doesn't know it.
2.
A pizza parlor.
And And your winner.
Yes.
The
Yes.
Outlaw.
Yes.
Rocha, looking for Antique Store.
It was an antique store when Haywire, when Raph and the Foot Clan did battle. And
The most
John
glorious
Rocha
day.
is going to somehow stumble
most
his way out
glorious
of here with his
day.
blindfold. A happy man because he won over Ben Bateman. Ken, you just never know with Bateman if he actually knows the answer.
I think John made it a little bit more difficult artificially so that he can humiliate his opponent at the end.
We know when he doesn't know him, and he missed that final one, but a good performance from Ben today.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but I'm sticking with that story.
But John hung in there.
It makes sense in my mind, so I'm sticking with it.
His eyes, and it worked today. He has the victory.
You see it happen in all sorts
As
of
the
sport,
official
whether you're
representative
talking
of
about
Outlaw
football,
Nation in top
basketball,
10, I have to
highlight,
stick with
shuffleboard,
the
you're
story
going
I'm
to have
given by the
instances
headquarters.
where you have two high-powered opponents, and they just create a defensive struggle. That's what we got here is a game of cat and mouse. Rocha comes out on top, and what does that spell for his future going into Anarchy? What does that spell for Ben
Oh my
Bateman?
God.
And that puts a very interesting spin on the Andrew Guy-Mark Riley match that's coming up.
Yes.
Guy could be taking on Rocha if he beats Riley, and hopefully no physical harm will ensue to either opponent. Right now, we go to Jen Sturger, who has the post-game interview with both the winner and the loser.
We are really close to the title now, John.
Jen
Don't screw it
Sturger
up.
here with John Rocha. Just a couple of badasses wearing black hats, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and Riley's here too.
Backing up my friend.
He's a badass as well.
I gotta
Yes.
tell you, you guys went down to the very last
Riley looks the
question.
most badass out of the wall
Were
today.
you a
to be
little
honest.
nervous during that match at all?
Oh, you don't take Ben Bateman
Is
lightly.
that today?
You
It's
don't.
a
I
jacket.
didn't
It's
want to play
amazing.
into their games. The team action is really good at getting under your skin, getting into your heads, and I purposely kept my distance from Ben, and during the match itself, I didn't let too much affect me, just wanted to play the game. The Crusher gave me great advice before the match. He just said,
What's
just
that?
take it one question at a time. Trust you know the answers. Answer them. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And you know, as many times as I've been, as long as I've been in this league, sometimes you do need a refresher on the advice. And she was really great to do that.
Absolutely. You spun Denzel in the second round. It
Yeah.
was,
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not an easy category. It could have gotten really specific if it hadn't gone actors. If it had gone plot details or names of things, I might have been in trouble. I got lucky. The Braille question, I totally forgot it was Braille.
yeah.
Because I remember him reciting it.
Blind.
Yeah, but he's blind, and I'm wearing a blindfold, so I will take shit for that. I'm
The
sure.
irony.
I'm sure. Yeah, but listen, Ben played a great game, back and forth. I thought he had it throughout the whole match. It's
Absolutely.
interesting to kind of lean back and not be so emotionally invested, but you know he played a hell of a game.
How do you think this win vindicates the Horseman?
Well, it tells you I'm the leader of the Horsemen, and that just because one of us falls, it doesn't mean we fall. We pick each other back up and we keep going. That's what this is about. I put this great team together so that we could get belts and we could destroy all those records. This man right here, Mark Riley, another one who's coming. Ben played a great match, but we come for everything. That's the goal. That's what we're driven to do. Dan Merle and I, we got a date on September 8th to show
that's
more
nice.
of what we know about movie trivia.
That's right, Riley, though. You're supposed to be going up against Andrew Guy.
That's right.
The giant killer.
Good stuff. Right?
How you feeling about that?
I'm feeling good. I can't wait.
He's still a wild card.
He's a wild card, but I've also
He is.
I'm using the word fluke. That's more of a term that we need to use for Andrew Guy. So once I take care of him, the Horsemen will finally have their revenge. And look at that.
I can
We would
neither
play each other
confirm nor
again.
deny
Be a
if I
nice
agree with that.
exhibition match. You know, for one
Tell
of
us
us
your
to get the
opinion
belt.
about
Listen, it's all
that,
about the
Matt. I
Horsemen
think
getting
your
the belts.
opinion
It's not
is
about
very
individual
valuable at this
glory.
point.
This is a team. That's what we're all about. All right. So Kalinowski, hey KO, we go way back, my friend. I am not falling into your tricks. None of us are. If we play each other, we play each other out of respect. Whoever wins, we cheer the other one on to win that belt and take it off the beast. That's what this is all about.
Whew. You heard it there. I'm excited.
Riley will just have to
Congratulations
beat
again.
Thank you, Jen.
Rocha.
All right, guys,
again.
I'm back with Ben the Boss Bateman.
get his
Ben,
belt
obviously
back.
that match didn't go quite the way you thought it was going to.
Yeah, it was
Do you think it's
real shame.
suspicious
When
that
growing
Guy
business,
has not
sometimes
showed
you
up
have to
yet?
cut your losses at certain points and move on to expand. So you
He's
take hard
studying.
losses. It doesn't mean you're not going to end up owning, you know, everything and everyone.
Right. Okay. So what happened out there?
I didn't know the 5. I haven't watched the Ninja Turtles since I was a small child. I knew Rocha's answers. I felt his questions were easier than mine, but I spun a strength. He didn't. It was a hard-fought match. At the end of the day, when you get 4 points in round 1, you deserve to lose the match. So it's just a shame he got 3 because he really deserved to lose the match.
Oh, no.
All right, obviously with Anarchy
Spoken like a
coming
true
up, there's
loser.
just a lot of questions. What is next for Ben Bateman?
Well, it's going to be partnering up with another one of the Horsemen and stomping Rocha and everybody else into dust.
Yeah, that's
embarrassing
right.
him in front of
You're
everyone.
pairing with
Dagny,
Riley, which
no.
is it's kind of weird because Riley's supposed to be facing Andrew. Like, that doesn't put you in an odd spot.
Yeah, what's great about Riley is not only is he really great at movie trivia, but he's going to get over losing to Andrew really quickly. So
Oh
we'll be
my
able to fight
God.
really well together. It's going to be a really good match.
He's
Everyone in the
already
match has been
betraying
playing
his
the tournament, and,
partner.
he'll take that loss on the chin because, you know, my boy guy's on fire.
That's a great way to go into this. Thanks again for playing today. I'm sorry it didn't go your way, man.
Thanks, Jessica. You look great.
All right, well, Ken, you see there, I think both competitors really thinking about getting back on track as far as the Anarchy goes. Once we get into
Thanks
that
a lot,
tournament,
Jessica.
it's going to have teams. But you look at what John Rocha has in front of him right now. A chance to fight Bibiani for the movie trivia belt if he can get by either Mark Riley, his trusted friend, or Andrew Guy, his hated enemy. Drama.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
I love what I saw here today from both guys in the post.
Whoever wins is going to be an amazing match.
Rocha is not done yet. Just when I think he thinks he's out, he's constantly pulled back in, sometimes by himself. Ben, he might be counted out here, but we've seen him come back before. I don't see losses getting his way. I remember defeating him and Andrew early on, me and Rachel, and no one even remembers that anymore because everyone else has gone into glory, them included. So I think we still have a long way to go for both these players, but very interesting. John getting back in that winner's seat today.
Hey, Ken, can I tell you something?
Yes, sir.
I remember when you used to compete in the movie Trivia Schmoedown. You had
Oh,
a friend named Baby Carrots. It was good times.
Good times indeed, but now we're both retired.
Now we're
going down to Slammies for our free egg.
Get your egg at Slammies and make sure you guys continue to support the movie.
I love that commentary,
To
though.
our Patreon viewers, thank you for supporting the Patreon. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, you can join the Patreon and be the first one to see matches just like this. Select which tier is right for you. On behalf of the Schmoedown Rundown on a podcast network near you and the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page, I am merely Mark Ellis. This is the Glorious Afternoon podcaster Ken Knapsack, and we will see you guys real soon on another episode of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Nice.
What's up, Schmoedown fans?
Funky
Frank
numbers.
Schmoedown Breakdown.
And your winner!
It's the start of a few matches to help decide who Bibiani will first defend his belt against, and both Rocha and Bateman got off to lethargic starts here, but it is Bateman who comes out on top at the end of round 1, 4-3. This is the first time in the Q8 era Rocha has scored less than 5 points in round number 1. In round 2, Rocha puts up 5 points on 3 of 4 questions, but it's Bateman who's now firing on all cylinders as he earned 7 points, going 4-4 to give
it was
himself
good.
a 3-point lead heading into the final round. In the past, players with a lead going into the final round have won nearly 72% of the matches in the singles league. That ultimately put Bateman in a tough spot, one in which he couldn't get out of, and John Rocha pulls out the win 18-16. Inside the numbers, Ben Bateman went 10 of 16 for 63% correct, and his record falls to 2-3 with a lifetime accuracy of 69%. As for John Rocha, he went 9 of 15 for 60% on the day, and Rocha is 3-3 in his last 6 matches. His lifetime accuracy is now at 73%. If you want to find out other stats about this match and from around the league, check out SD Rundown Stats on Twitter. And don't forget to check out the Schmoedown Rundown every Saturday on the Collider Podcast.
Oh, that was an abrupt ending.
Oh wow, yeah. I didn't even, I thought my video just paused.
I mean, it was a great day today.
Should support the Schmoedown on Patreon, I guess is what they would say. So yeah, that's it for this double header we had. What's everyone's quick thoughts on? We already kind of talked about Cruz and Knight, so just on Rocha and Ben, what are your quick thoughts? I'll go to Malcolm first.
It was a good match. I mean, it wasn't as high scoring as I thought it was going to be, because I mean, both Ben and Rocha, they've both shown that they've gotten that they can do better in other especially in the first round. Both didn't really do as well as they normally do. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I'll probably just process my thoughts, and you'll hear more about them on the summit.
And Chris, what are your thoughts on this match?
It was an amazing day for the future and eternal champion of the Schmoedown, John Rocha. Was only the first step in our quest for total domination. We are coming for the singles belts. We're coming for the tag team belts. It's going to be the finals. Obviously, going to be him against Matt Nost and William Bipiani. It was a good match today, but it's only the first step. And in a couple of matches, we're going to have the belt, and we're going to complete the circle once again. Thank you, and this was the official statement from Outlaw Nation.
Fun match. I think both competitors came to play. Kind of sucks that Ben lost, but to be honest, I knew that question because I watched that movie a lot. But if you haven't seen that movie in a while, you're not gonna remember. You might remember the fight scene, but you might not remember that was even below April's apartment. So it's one of those things. It was a 5-pointer. I'm interested to see who Rocha goes up against. Because it's not a hypothetical match anymore because he's either playing the GOAT, Mark Riley, his faction mate, or Andrew Guy.
The other GOAT.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. But as Forrest Gump once put it, that's all I'm gonna say about that. So let's just go around the board. Malcolm, where can the good people find you online?
You can find me on Take 3 Productions hosting my show, Rankin. The next episode is going to be about acting performances in the Middle-earth franchise. You can also find me competing in trivia on Multiplex and Worldwide Movie Games. You can also find me on Twitter, Letterboxd, and Stardust at Malcor.
And our guest, Chris Alexakos, where can people find you online?
You can find me on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown group, along with the Top 10 group, where we can discuss all things Schmoedown and Top 10. You're all welcome to join.
Yes, and definitely if you live in LA, New York, Chicago, or London, join the Facebook groups.
Yes.
To get Top 10 live in your town. You can find me. I'm on the New York one, trying to get Top 10 to come to New York. LA, they have a place already, so go and join the Top 10 groups to get more information about that. As always, you guys can find me at Kearns_Mappner on Twitter, MattMovie611 on YouTube, and right here as the intermediate host of the Reactor Summit, which airs every Monday here on Take 3. You can also find me Crushed and Broken on September 4th or 5th, depending on when the reaction to Riley versus Guy happens.
Oh my God.
You can also follow Take 3 Productions on Twitter at Take 3 Video and consider joining our Facebook group. It's a pretty fun collection of people. And as always, please like, comment, and share this video around. Word of mouth helps a lot. On behalf of my panel and the rest of Take 3, I want to thank you all for watching and remind you to take care.